Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Grant F here again, back with another great video review for you guys. As promised, my last video I told you I would talk about this film, and indeed today that is the case. I'm going to talk about The Wolf of Wall Street, directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Matthew McConaughey, and just a slew of other actors and actresses. This film, I had read things online that it initially was going to get an NC-17 rating because it had such gratuitous nudity and sex in the film, and which the final product it really does, but they ended up cutting some things back, I guess, and ended up giving the MPAA ended up giving it an R rating, and it's a hard R for sure for many reasons. I saw this film opening day, Christmas Day, with my mother and my father. We had several different options that we could have seen. We could have gone to The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, or any other feel good holiday film that was showing that day on Christmas. But you know against my parents' better wishes, and despite what they had heard about the film and its graphic content, I told my parents, it's like, look, I really want to see this movie. Like, if you guys want to go see a different film, I'll go and watch this film by myself. But it'd mean a lot to me if you would come watch this movie with me, so I don't have to sit by myself. So my parents did come with me, and yeah, I wish that I had gone by myself. The opening shot of The Wolf of Wall Street, it opens with this kind of cheesy 90s commercial for the brokerage, the firm that Jordan Belfort, Leonardo DiCaprio's character, started. And then it cuts to literally just a shot, the circumference of a female's bare ass, where you see Leonardo DiCaprio's head come up from, and he then blows cocaine in her ass. Is that something you would want to watch with your parents? I mean, what the fuck? Like, this was the most uncomfortable viewing experience. One of the most uncomfortable viewing experiences I've ever had. The most uncomfortable viewing experience, I will get to that sometime later. I'll probably have a whole video for that. But this is definitely in my top 5 most uncomfortable viewing experiences I've ever had watching a movie. But despite that fact, I had a terrific time with this film. It was great. I laughed so hard my sides were hurting. I mean, it is a laugh riot machine. It's just hysterical, side-splittingly hysterical. The satire, the wit, the humor, the screenplay by Terrence Winter, who wrote and created one of my favorite shows of all time, Boardwalk Empire. The fast-paced editing and direction by Martin Scorsese, the amazing performance by Leonardo DiCaprio, which last night he actually just won the Golden Globe for Best Actor for this role. It's a great film. It really is, but it is not for everyone. My mom and dad hated it. They didn't like it at all. They said that Scorsese lost his edge. They said that it was offensive on almost all levels. My dad said it was 3 hours of his life that he will never get back. And I think that's kind of where, different audiences are going to defer on this film. I think they're going to either love it or hate it. I personally loved it. There were some times where it was over the top and a little ridiculous, but I still had a blast watching it. I mean, it's just, if you're a film lover, you would love this movie. It's a lot like Goodfellas because it has that sense of the characters breaking the fourth wall and talking directly to the audience like Ray Liotta did in Goodfellas, but it's also got that biting satire that Wall Street did. Wall Street from the 80s with Michael Douglas. And, a lot of critics, a lot of people have said that this movie glamorizes, these scumbags. I don't think it glamorizes them. I think it really just truly makes you hate them. I mean, you get a kick out of watching these guys interact and talk with one another and really rip people off. It is entertaining to watch, but deep down inside that these guys are like seriously ruthless, cutthroat businessmen who want nothing more than personal gain and wealth. I mean, that's all they care about. Um, to get into the plot of The Wolf of Wall Street, it's based off a memoir written by Jordan Belfort, a stockbroker straight out of college, decides to get into, the busy world of Wall Street in New York City and become a stockbroker. And he starts his own private firm out of, I think, Rhode Island, and through various shady business dealings, ends up becoming a self-made, millionaire. Owns a yacht, has like 3 houses, has unprecedented access to as many drugs as he can, women. It's just insane the amount of wealth and like how quickly he accumulated all this wealth within a few years' time. I mean, it's almost, no pun intended, criminal to just watch this guy rise to power. Leonardo DiCaprio gives an absolutely amazing performance. I think, this is what everyone's been talking about, but there's a scene in this film where he is on some drugs, and it's just the showstopper. It's hilarious. Jonah Hill does a great job. I really am watching Jonah Hill's career with promise. He really is becoming, he's getting out of that weird, awkward teen, super bad kind of phase, and he's kind of moving more into mainstream adult film, which I'm completely happy for. The actress that played Jordan Belfort's, Leonardo DiCaprio's character's wife, Naomi, I forget the actress's name that played her. She's an Australian woman, fucking smoking hot. I mean, I would eat this girl's poop. She was so fucking good looking. But she, for someone that's coming from Australia, which from what I understand, she's an Australian actress, she absolutely nails like the Brooklyn, New York accent. I mean, it was just, she looked like she just came straight out of Jersey Shore. I mean, it was just spot on. It's a great film, guys. I'm really not doing the film enough justice unless you go out and see it. I mean, it really is just the rise and fall of a Wall Street kingpin, and it really does not. Also, it really doesn't shy away from showing that there are consequences for your actions. That if you do choose a lifestyle like this, there are extreme consequences. Which again, I don't get why people say that it's overindulging or glamorizing the life of a corrupt, Wall Street broker. I didn't really get that sense at all. I think it was just trying to kind of suck you into Jordan Belfort's world and his mind, and why he felt like he was entitled to do some of the things that he did. There is one really serious dramatic scene involving Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter and his wife that like just kind of comes out of nowhere, and you're just like, damn, like that's intense. But other than that, it really just is a laugh out loud comedy. I mean, it's just hilarious, perfect, satirical wit. I mean, it's just genius. I mean, Scorsese has yet again, he's done it again. I mean, I can't give the guy enough credit. He's one of the most influential filmmakers of all time. I consider him to be probably the greatest director of all time. Him, Spielberg, James Cameron, they're just gods among men when it comes to making movies. They never cease to entertain, or to not entertain, excuse me. So yeah, guys, that is my review for The Wolf of Wall Street. Go out and see this movie. I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of Scorsese, DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, McConaughey, he was hysterical, by the way, in the brief moment that he was in the film. But you guys would love this film if you're fans of their work. I will see you guys next time with another video review. I'm not really sure which movie I'm going to pick next. I have been watching a lot of films on Netflix on my Xbox, so I do have a lot on my mind and a lot of films to speak about. But if you guys like what you see here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will bring you guys some more videos. You guys have a good one, and take care.